Hey guys, good very early morning. It's about 5 a.m. and I am going to work, and trust me, I was thinking today as I interact and interface with a number of people over a period of time, and I realized a trend in the mind of an average African youth or an African family. And I realized that there is something that an average African struggles with. It's a demon of poverty. Now, you see that even in government and in governance, you see leaders looting money even when they don't have a need for it. It's a demon of poverty. It is a spirit. And poverty is actually a total summary of every other want and lack in a person's life. And poverty actually blocks the capacity to critically think through and provide solutions. The first thing an average mind in Africa goes to when they lack something is that they need an exchange. That is power of money to be able to meet and solve that problem. But 90% of the time, it is not so. It is not true. Poverty is a state of the mind. It is not really the presence or the absence of naira, yen, dollar, pound. No, that's not poverty. Poverty sometimes is a poverty of idea, the incapacity to even think through and provide solutions for your immediate need. Okay? Poverty is a state of the mind, and I want you, my people, to come out of this. Come out of it, because you have to think better to live better. You can't live better than the way that you think. So poverty is something you can come out of if you learn how to engage your mind, and if you learn how to properly profile solution and think through. I'll tell you 3 ways you can solve any of your problem. One of the ways you solve problem is through counseling. It's called superior thinking. What is a challenge to you is a walkthrough for another person. One of the key wisdom here is to find somebody else who can counsel with you. Sometimes it can be the first person you talk to. Sometimes you might solve that problem after talking to 30 people. Now, talking to 30 people in this sense is not telling them, I need your help financially. No. You tell them what it is. I want to achieve this, and that. And this is the state I am in at the moment. What should I do? Now, there's something the Bible says that is very interesting and profound. In the multitude of counsel, there is safety, for example. So you get counsel from 1 or 2 minds, people who can help you walk through and bring your attention to solutions around you. Now, I realize that when people meet me and think that their problem is poverty, and they confront me and I tell them, no, what you need is this, they begin to explain to me why they couldn't go that route. Because the first thing they say that I don't have the money to do that. And I say, no, 85.9% of the time, it is no money you need. Money for me is just like the seal. It's the final thing that just caps up a solution. Maybe it's a minor percentage. It's a minor percentage of the total sum of what you need to get by with many of the challenges that people face. So they tell you, I don't have the money. But it is not money that you need. It's critical thinking. And somebody provides you with it, but you want to now excuse it. No, because I can't do this because look at my situation, look at the problem I have, look at this, look at that, look at that. And many times when you focus on what you don't have, it's another degree of poverty. Because there is no one human being that does not have a thing. You have breathing, for example. You can breathe. If you're privileged to be able to walk, you can walk. For days, I've not been able to come out because I couldn't take a step on my foot. I was going through pains and all that. So if you can walk, if you can move, if you can move, then you have solved the problem. You have solved the problem by being able to move from one spot to the other. If you can talk, if you can think, sometimes the first thing, like I said, you think through. 2, you ask somebody who can think well to tell you what to do, and say, this is the situation. Thirdly, you walk towards it. When you are not disciplined, for example, it's a kind of poverty. Lack of discipline is it's what sums up eventually to manifest as a financial lack, or somebody who is in squalor, somebody who needs something and cannot have. Sometimes that poverty is just a lack of discipline that has manifested somehow. But you see, if you're able to save to solve, rather, if you're able to solve the problem of indiscipline, you have walked a mile away from poverty. There is mental poverty, there is mental laziness. You know, laziness, for example, is why people quickly say, I need money to solve a problem. Laziness, mental laziness, not being able to go through critical thinking processes to solve problems. So, my dear Africans, I think I've mentioned two, and I can't remember the third one. The third one, again, like I said, the first one is seek for counsel, ask for advice, let superior minds walk you through. You know, no matter how highly placed you are, there's always a superior mind. Now, I'm not talking mentorship right now. And everybody should have a mentor one way or the other. In fact, in every aspect of your life that you're driving a course through, you should have a mentor. Now, that's one aspect. Secondly, work towards it. Thirdly, apply discipline and delay gratification. Sometimes a sense of poverty is a want of unnecessary thing. Somebody who doesn't have a Mercedes car thinks of himself as a poor person, but he does not realize that his ability to take one step and walk forward is enough riches. He does not realize that. So he tells himself, I am poor, I need to be here and there, and I cannot, because... So guys, let me not bore you too much. This minute video has gone over 6 minutes already. If I have opportunity, I will talk more on the issue of poverty with my people. Poverty is a mirage. It is not a real thing. You know, in that sense, for those of you who can walk, there are people who are sincerely poor. You know, they are poor, but I'm telling you, the origin of this thing called poverty, it's a mental collapse. It's an incapacity to think through, and then it's a lie that your mind tells you. It is an incapacitation that works itself through your mind. There are people out there who believe that they are too old, for example, to achieve certain things. They tell themselves, I'm really too old to start paying attention to essence. You know, I'm too old to go back to school. I'm too old to be doing this. You know, I told someone yesterday, a friend of mine in Canada, that I'm a little bit too old. I'm almost 50. Will I now start traveling to Canada? And then, well, as much as I love Africa and Nigeria and like to remain here, and of course life is hard around the side here, I think of myself as being too old to want to leave to another man's country to start life, you know. And my scenarios are a little bit different from other people's own. I think like that, and that is how our mind play games on us. Really, am I really too old? I don't think so. You know, but if you come think about it again, when you look at your limitations and you look at what you don't have, you're likely going to quickly think about things like that encourage these perpetual setbacks that we allow our mind to put us in. So guys, thank you very much for spending your time with me this morning. And if you have a comment, a contribution, an opinion to voice, please put it in the comment section. I will look at it and respond as we go on. Thank you very much and have a blissful week. I remain yours and only Ada Aiga, as popularly known as Favour Johnson. God bless you and have a great day ahead of you.